All right, guys, so welcome back. The next thing that we're going to discuss is talking about the pillars of Scrum, right? And there are 3 pillars of Scrum that I want you to know. Essentially, you have transparency, you have inspection, and you have adaption, right? When we talk about transparency, right? Transparency is going to go along with understanding and seeing that communication abroad, right? And what I mean by that is, in industries, we have to reduce those silos that often happen when we do continuous improvement projects. Sometimes it's just one area of the department or another side, and then the other team doesn't know about it. And then what happens is there's unilateral decisions that are made that aren't conducive. And you guys know what I'm talking about when you talk about, reworking policies to apply to other standards and things of that nature. When we talk about transparency is key in industry. When we talk about inspection, right? I had this one of my very first bosses. His name was Jerry. He said, "Inspect what you expect," right? How can you deliver a good product if you're not inspecting it and doing some quality control metrics on it? And adaption, hey, at the end of the day, Scrum is different because it reduces that rigidity, right? That it gives us more flexibility. So you have to adjust as a leader to your organization. And when we do this, we can create a holistic approach to continuous improvement. Scrum, speaking of continuous improvement, is based on empirical thinking or lean principles, right? When we talk about lean, we talk about leaning out your operation, reducing the waste, getting rid of everything that gets in your way. And so as we do lean thinking, we want to reduce the complexities in our communication. Maybe we want to reduce the wait time for people being stuck in meetings by providing a video. The whole observation of Scrum, like I say, and it gets repetitive, is to give you more tools in your leadership toolbox. So overall, the pillars of Scrum are the foundations upon how we do continuous improvement and agile and applying it in industry. When we talk about transparency, giving that visualization and making the process transparent to not only the students, the employees, also not just the customers, but also the stakeholders, right? When we talk about stakeholders, those are the people that write the checks in the organization or do the approval. Inspection is expect what you inspect, right? Going through and inspecting that process and making sure the quality metrics are there and making sure that you're adhering to the customer's quality perspective. And lastly, adaption. When we adapt to processes, it makes us more flexible leaders. In today's realm, leaders are torn all over the different places, right? And we're seeing a lot of this in the industry where, there's a lot of proactive approaches now than they were a couple years ago to increasing that workforce demand, those career aspects. So, overall, transparency, inspection, and adaptation are pillars of Scrum. We can use this as a foundation and principles for leading Scrum teams.